The barely functioning Obamacare website has until Saturday to work for the majority of Americans, as the government likes to say. But like countless other self-imposed deadlines, the administration could blow right past this one. Just today, new problems are rising, making it even tougher for consumers to sign up for health care. Here to weigh in with the latest, Avik, senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. So what is all of this about ID verification not working?
Well, it's been a problem for months now. We've known through internal government reports from the Inspector General of HHS that the privacy safeguards in Obamacare haven't been working. So people can put their social security numbers, their personal financial information, and it's vulnerable to hackers.
Vulnerable to hackers, we've talked a lot about that, but now people can't get their ID verified.
Yeah.
So even if you're willing to go on the site and risk your personal information getting sent all over the darn place, you may not even be able to make it work.
Right, and there have been cases of people who've gotten somebody else's information. So there was a case in South Carolina of someone who got the information from someone, I think, from North Carolina, and vice versa. It's like, if I'm getting personal information...
it's all the South. It really doesn't matter. It's astonishing to me that we could be this far along and still have this website working like this. What's your expectation for Saturday, the big day, the big unveil?
It's not going to be a big day. It's going to be anticlimactic because we're not going to get the fixes. They've already telegraphed that, and we already knew that. It was kind of pointless for them to make that end of November promise.
I want to show the folks some of the AARP promotion that's going on, trying to get parents and grandparents to talk their kids into getting Obamacare. Take a look at one of these. Can I see that far? Yes, I can. It says, nudge your kid about getting health insurance. Send an e-card today. Starting October 1st, your big kids will have new health insurance options. AARP, a longtime supporter of Obamacare, now here, pedal to the metal, trying to promote the law. What do you make of it?
Look, if we know one thing about AARP, it's that they do absolutely nothing that's not in their interest or in the interest of the members. And in this case, what are they trying to do? They're trying to get young people to spend a lot more on health insurance than they ought to in order to subsidize their members. So it's a special interest play. That's all it is.
One of the promotions says, get health insurance and I'll admit you're my favorite child. And this, as a reward for signing up for health insurance, I'll defriend you on Facebook. You're welcome. Take a look at those. So obviously the friends of Obama out here really trying to push this program. And as we already know, young people aren't responding.
Well, you know what's so interesting is all of the ads, there have been so many of them now, right? All these ads encouraging young people to sign up, getting John Bon Jovi and Alicia Keys and the Bros with their keg stands. None of them actually talk about the price of the insurance product that the young people are expected to buy. And that is the fundamental thing, is people will say, oh, this sounds great. Then they go on the website, if they can get on it, and they shop for the coverage, and they realize it's twice as much as anything they would have bought before.
Well, that's just one of the problems. And now we're hearing from the White House, of all people, that a lot of people are going to have their coverage dropped. You and I have talked a little bit about this. We have some new numbers here. 78% of all small employers, 55% of large employers, 63% of all employers dropping coverage by 2014. This is almost impossible for me to imagine. This is such a dislocation for American families. What will happen?
Well, as you know, I wrote about this a few weeks ago for Forbes, about this $93 million number in terms of people who are going to have their plans canceled. The key thing in the employer-sponsored market is people will still probably get new coverage from their employer. It won't be their old plans. It'll be new plans, and the differences of new plans will be Obamacare compliant, which means they'll be more expensive. So people will still have coverage, but the coverage will cost a lot more.
You know, we've seen the cost of health care go down in recent years, and I think the expectation even for this year is that it's going to go down further. But after that, even the expectations of people, the industry itself, is that it's going to go through the roof. What kinds of increases of costs will average American families face? People who work for a living and have coverage through an employer.
Costs aren't going down. The growth rate of the cost has been slowing down. But that's going to accelerate, as you said, under Obamacare. And look, it's called the Affordable Care Act. And people are expecting that it's going to make health care more affordable. And for most people, it won't. It'll make it less affordable.
How much more will I be paying?
Well, you being in an employer-sponsored plan, you'll probably pay 15–20% more once your plan flips over to the Obamacare compliant plan.
They're all worried about the Cadillac coverage. Avik, thanks for coming on tonight. Great to have you here. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.